Okay. Okay. Can somebody just unmute themselves? And
yeah, you're fine now, Duncan.
Great. Okay. Good evening, everybody. I'd like to welcome you. My name's Duncan Wood. I'm calling you tonight from North Wales here in the UK. Just to give you a brief background about myself, I started off life as a builder in a construction company. Left that after many years and went into multi-level marketing initially, and that led me, after quite a few years with some successes and some disasters, to online marketing, which I've been doing for too many years to mention. I've had a fantastic success, or had fantastic successes, but I've also had lots of failures. And actually 2018 was one of the worst years I've had since I was in construction. And I was looking for something, didn't know what. All the businesses I were doing were working okay, but weren't really giving me the income I really was looking for. So I was looking for something, didn't realize what. A very good friend of mine, John Van Derzen, actually sent me a video with a previous company before IMPACT101, but exactly the same system. I was skeptical, very skeptical. I didn't actually do anything about that video when he first showed it me, but he did message me. And in that message a week later, he mentioned that he had in his bank 56,000 in 16 days. Well, I don't know about you, but I've never heard anybody ever getting that kind of money in their bank in that short a period of time. So I had to call him, wanted to know everything about the system, how it worked, everything about it. So after a long conversation with him, I joined that night. One of the best decisions I've ever done. All I can tell you is that was in October 2018. It was actually the 23rd of October, the day I joined. And to date, I have received in my bank over $61,000. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm here tonight to tell you about IMPACT101, crowdfunding, how it works, and how you can make this work for you if you want to. So, what is crowdfunding? The first thing I just want to warn you, the first person I mentioned this to, this is what he said to me: oh, that's illegal. I nearly believed him. First bit of advice: don't listen to opinions of people that don't know what they're talking about. They often give you an opinion of something they haven't got a clue about. I actually, just to make sure I was correct and he was wrong, called a friend of mine who's a solicitor and asked him to look into, or to tell me what he knew about crowdfunding. He actually ended up joining this company. So there are a few types of different crowdfunding systems: loan-based, investment-based, prepayment and reward-based. And I can tell you now, donation-based, or peer-to-peer, as it's commonly known as, is totally, well, it's not regulated, first of all, so it is totally legal in every country throughout the world. The only thing you need is internet access. You can see here, this is a slide by the FCA, the Financial Conduct Authority in the UK, and you can go onto their website and do your own research, but I can assure you that this system and crowdfunding, peer-to-peer crowdfunding, is a system that can be used anywhere in the world. It's literally a process of raising funds for any project or cause with through a group of people working together and helping each other. It's exactly what crowdfunding has been going for thousands of years. Before you had banks, imagine how did people build houses? How did they build churches? They got together, grouped together, worked together as a community, and that is really how crowdfunding came about. But because of the internet now, crowdfunding is coming of age. Why is it coming of age faster now than it's ever been? It's because of the banking crash. We all experienced it in 2006, 2008, and we're still feeling the aftermath of that today. And if you think that's the last crash, think again. There's another one coming. The banks are still up to their old tricks. The banks have lost faith with people. Businesses have lost faith with banks. They've lost trust. And if you think it's going to get better, think again. It's going to get worse. Why? The banks have created a massive problem. You've only got to look at some of these websites here. You're going to hear more and more about some of the tricks they've been up to. The banks have created a problem. There's a problem with the financial system, and there has to be a better way. Banks don't actually lend you money anymore. They manage securities. They just create signatures for credit, and it's that credit that's putting people further and further into debt. And that cannot carry on, because all it's doing is depleting the value of the money in people's pockets. People are having to work harder for less and less money, basically. So imagine if you had no debt, as an example. Nobody had debt. There is another way, and that way is crowdfunding. And because of what's going on in the world, not just in the banking system, but also in on social media, because it's social media that's growing this system, crowdfunding, throughout the world. And here are just a few of the sites. There's many more, but these are the main ones that you can find on the internet. GoFundMe, Kickstarter, CircleUp, Indiegogo, Just Giving. I thought a lot of these sites originally, I'd heard of them, but I didn't realize that they were crowdfunding systems or platforms. I thought they were loan companies. So there's more and more companies coming online. Right now, GoFundMe is the #1 company in the world. You can see by this slide here, that's why we're showing it. But main reason we're showing this is because the owner of IMPACT101 wants this company to be the #1 crowdfunding system that, by choice in the world. So how big is the market? Well, crowdfunding is growing massively. Fundly, which is a website you can go and have a look, stated that in 2017, $34 billion was donated through platforms, like through all the companies I've just shown you now. And that's projected to grow to 300 billion by 2025. So it's a huge market. It's actually one of the biggest, fastest growing industries in the world right now. So just ask yourself this question: how much of a slice of that market would you like? So how fast is it growing? Well, this is industry experts telling you this. Crowdfunding currently is growing year on year at 136% per ongoing per year. So that's huge, massive. Just look at or think about whatever other industry you might be involved with. And if you know anything that's growing as fast as that, let me know about it. So we're not the only companies. The social media sites are now getting involved. PayPal, the largest payment provider in the world, are now allowing anybody to use their platform to crowdfund for any cause that you want. And social media, as I said, is also one of the reasons why it's expanding massively now throughout country after country. Facebook now allow anybody to worldwide to donate to any cause that you might create. So can anybody crowdfund? Literally anybody can. You don't have to be a company, you don't have to be a charity, you do have to be 18 or over, and you do need a phone or a computer. Unfortunately, it doesn't work in any country unless you have internet access. There's an example there on the Mail Online of a UK father who was broke, needed money for his family for a Christmas dinner, set up a campaign, and literally within hours had £2,000 sent to his family. And you can see there that 19,000 views to his campaign. Absolutely amazing. So it's the internet, it's social media, and it's the banking system that's making this industry grow so fast. So who's behind this company? Well, it's this gentleman, and I was very fortunate. I didn't have a clue who Frank was, but Frank was in the previous company I just mentioned before, and I was one day sending him a donation, and we ended up chatting. He had something that caught my attention, and when we got talking, I realized he had his own company, and he was obviously very switched on, very successful business person. It turns out a couple of months later, it was Frank that decided the other company was letting a lot of people down, and he decided to do this himself, to do it properly, and that's what he did. Frank, as you can see, has been in business for 45 years, has had massive success. 20 of those years were in marketing and sales. He formed Castle Rock Research, which was a study guide specializing in marketing, QR codes, and mobile landing pages, and he still does that to this day. In 2011, he formed the existing company QRGL Marketing Incorporated with his partner Hans Luhmann, who he's been with. They've been together now for 25 years. And they both decided to launch IMPACT101 as another arm to their existing QRGL Marketing Incorporated. So this company really has a 25-year background, but in actual fact, IMPACT101 was officially launched on the 17th of January. This is the other person behind it. This is the tech guy, Hans Luhmann. You can see here he's had 30 years experience developing custom solutions for leading high-tech companies. He's on the board of directors of Link Global Technologies Incorporated, a Canadian blockchain company. Anybody that knows about blockchain technology, that is the future now. And they both, Frank and Hans, set up, as I said, QRGL Marketing Incorporated, and then on the 17th of January, launched IMPACT101. And their intention is to make this the best, the biggest, best crowdfunding platform in the world. So why this company? Well, imagine if you'd have got involved with any of these household name companies that you can see on this slide here when they first got started. These are now some of the biggest companies in the world, and also everybody has heard of these companies. In any country you ever go to, everybody's heard of Google, Microsoft. Imagine if you just got involved with any one of these a few years ago before they became what I call household brand names. And so timing is everything in any business. The time to get in is before the boom, before it becomes a household name. So imagine if you got involved in Microsoft, Amazon, how wealthy would you be today? So timing is everything, and IMPACT101 was launched on the 17th of January. This is right at the beginning. I couldn't think of a better time to start with this company. I just want to give you an example. We are now, this is our 18th week. We are only 18 weeks old. The company to date, and this will change on Wednesday because we have company updates every Wednesday. So this is from last week. Company figures are $4.6 million of donations have gone through this platform. 28,000 individual donations, 4.8 million page views, 820,000 site visits, and 706,000 unique visitors. Those figures, for anybody that understands websites and how difficult it is to drive traffic to those websites, will understand that that is phenomenal for any company. And this is only a company that's 18 weeks old. And now we are in 145 countries. We have the site fully translated, and this is proper translation. This is not Google Translate. This is the website. Every page fully translated now: English, Spanish, French, Hindi, Russian, simple Chinese, and traditional Chinese. And there's more to come. I would imagine we will get an update on Wednesday, and there's probably going to be even more translations. So this company is getting ready to take the world by storm with the industry of crowdfunding. So we're just at the beginning. This is a simple platform, a single platform crowdfunding and marketing system, which allows basically anybody to receive half of everything that happens through what we call donation grids. And that can literally carry on forever. So this is a system that you start and you just continue. There's no levels as such. There's no targets to achieve. It's a system that literally anybody can do, and you can keep doing it, and you can pass this on to your family. So this system can carry on for as long as you donate. You keep receiving, and you're always receiving 3 times more than you're donating. So IMPACT101 is based on a 2x2 grid system. This is not new to this company. It's not unique, but it is the most successful, what they call follow me donation system in history. The follow me bit is the most exciting bit, because what it basically means is anybody that you personally introduce follows you from one grid when it finishes, again back into the next grid. So they're continually donating to you. Why are they continually donating to you? Because they continuously want to keep receiving donations. And as I said, you're always receiving more than you're donating. So this system is a team crowdfunding system. It's not 100% of your own efforts. This system provides help from above and from people you introduce and people they introduce. So you can literally receive donations seconds after registering. And it is, as I said, a peer-to-peer team crowdfunding system. What does that actually mean? Well, you're not reliant on any middleman, any payment processor. You don't have to withdraw your money from a company, and if that company aren't around, you can't draw your money out. It's stuck. You've lost it. You are not dependent on any company here. 100% of the money that's sent as a donation is literally direct to your bank account. Not one penny of that donation goes to the company. The only money that goes to the company is a license fee. So this system IMPACT101 provides is a easy to navigate, totally automated, feature-rich dashboard which displays everything in real time, allows you to monitor your donations literally second by second as they happen live. So as I said, no money goes to the company. The only money that you ever pay or anybody ever pays to the company is either a 6-month $25 license or a 1-year $40 license. That's it. You can pay that through Stripe. You don't have to have an account with Stripe with either a Visa or MasterCard. If you have crypto, you can pay with either Dash or Bitcoin. And there is a token system for somebody that doesn't have maybe a Visa or MasterCard or Bitcoin. So you can actually buy a token for them, which is like a prepaid token, and they just pay you separately. So once you have paid for your license, your membership subscription, you are ready then to pick how many grids you want to start with. And you can have as many grids up to 8 open at any one time. You can only ever have 1 of each grid level open at any one time. My advice, if you can afford it, is to start with minimum 3 grids. When you understand this system, you'll understand why. That's not because we're trying to get people to part with money. It's because we understand that the higher the grids that you start with, you can start receiving donations without recruiting anybody. So you can receive donations without recruiting anybody. It wouldn't depend on it, but it does happen and it will happen. So once you've picked your grids, you need to then set up your payment methods. In other words, how does somebody send you a donation? That is really important. You can't go to the next step until you've done that. My advice is offer as many options as possible. If you haven't got, as an example, an ORU account or an Uphold account, you can open them for free. There's transfer wires, PayPal. You can add as many other methods, bank wire, international bank wire, any other methods that you want, and also digital currency, Bitcoin and Dashcoin, and so on. So choose as many methods as you can. The reason is it makes it easy then for anybody anywhere in the world to send you a donation of whichever choice they want to send you a donation in. Once you've done that, you then donate. You have to donate. You've probably heard the saying, give and you shall receive. In this system, first you have to give by donating to 2 people. Once you've donated to 2 people, you are up and running and you are now eligible to receive donations. It's as simple as that. The quicker you set that up and the quicker you get going, the quicker you're going to see results. So here are the 8 grids. As I said, if you can start with at least 3 grids, if you can afford it, 4 or 5. I actually started with 4 grids, but now up to, we're just about to start grid 7. The great thing about this is once you open a grid, you can see the amounts or the values of the grid, and they are the amounts in grey that you donate to people. So as an example, each grid, the 40, the 80, the 150, half of it goes to one person, half of it goes to another. And the figures in red, you can see that returns you then, that grid, you are eligible to receive back 3 times what you donated. So in the $40 grid, you are eligible to receive back $120. You donated 40, you'll receive 120. In the $80 grid, you've donated $80, you're now eligible to receive $240. There are 6 empty spaces below you. And those spaces can be filled by you, your sponsor, by people you introduce, people they introduce. So it's a combination of a team effort. You work together, help each other, and those grids will fill quickly. And as soon as that grid is finished, you have received the total amount in red, and you can then choose to open that grid again and again and again. It never stops. You can have all 8 grids open at any one time. You can't jump from, as an example, if you wanted to start, say, today with the $150 grid, you couldn't. You'd have to have the 40, the 80, and the 150. So you can't jump. You have to, everybody has to start at the lower grid, but you can have more than one. And I recommend 3, 4, or 5 grids if you're serious. That's basically it on the grid system. Let me just show you how that works in simple steps. First of all, you register, you pay your license fee. That's the only money that goes to the company. Once you have paid your license fee and you've set up your own payment methods, then you need to donate. As soon as you donate to 2 people, you are now what's classed as an active member, and you are eligible now to receive. And your role really is to help 2 people, find 2 people that need or want more money, and help those 2 people find 2 people. So there's you at the top. You introduce, in this example, Sue on the left and Bill on the right. Now you just help Sue find Sally and Jack, and Bill find Tom and Dan. Once you have done that, depending on what grid level this is, you will have donated X amount and you will have received back 3 times what you donated. That's how the system works. You can do that again and again and again. So all you do is really help 2 people become active members like you and help them find 2 people that need or want more money. So let's just go through that again. This is as an example with a $40 grid. There's you at the top. You have already donated to 2 people. Now let's say you find Sue and you help Sue, or let's say you introduce Bill, or it could be your sponsor that introduced Bill. Either way, you've now got 2 people in your $40 grid. You will have received $20 from Sue and $20 from Bill. At that point, you've just broken even. Now, let's say you work with Sue and Sue introduces Sally. Sally donates $20 to Sue and $20 to you. Now let's say Sue finds Jack. Jack donates $20 to Sue and $20 to you. Now let's say Bill finds Tom and Dan. Now Bill receives $20 from Tom, $20 from Dan, so do you. At that point, you have just received direct to your bank account $120 from an outlay of $40. That grid will now finish. If you want to do it again, you just donate $40 out of the 120 you have received, and you can do it again and again and again. At any time, you can upgrade to the higher grid, so you've got the 40, the 80, and the 150 running all at the same time. The nice thing about this system is it's a completely self-funding system. You will never, well, the only time you ever put your hand in your pocket, in your own pocket, is the amount that you might start with. So that might be 3 grids, 4 grids, 5 grids. That is the only amount out of pocket. From that moment on, it's a completely self-funding system. You'll never really need to put your hand in your pocket because the system provides you with the donations, and that allows you to upgrade or renew your grids and to generate revenue for whatever reason you want. So there's the 8 grids in total. As I said, if you look at level 1 as an example, you donate or give $40, split 50-50. So $20 goes to one person, $20 goes to another. You've now got 6 positions, so 6 times $20 you are going to receive back. So the total you would receive back on that grid level is $120. As you can see, the higher up the levels you go, the more you donate, but the more you receive. Now, ask yourself this question: would you rather receive donations of $20, or, as an example, imagine if you had just 1 or 2 donations at $2,400. It's exactly the same on grid 8. You're doing exactly the same as you are doing on grid 1. But what you are receiving is dramatically more on the higher grid levels. So the idea is to get all 8 grids running at the same time, and you will be receiving multiple donations from different grid levels, different times, different amounts in each month. Imagine, just take all 8 grids and add up if you just received 1 donation from each of the 8 grid levels each month. You work it out. That alone is a phenomenal income for most people that you are receiving as a donation. So it doesn't matter what your background or previous experience is, this system is designed to give everybody success. It's a fully automated system that helps you fill your grids quickly. It does most of the work for you, explaining for you. We provide the tools to do the job. And as a member, you have complete access to this entire system, which includes a fully customized and personalized mobile landing page. This customized mobile landing page, you can promote any other business you might do. So as an example, you might have a trade or a profession, or you might have a bricks and mortar business, you might have a multi-level marketing business. You can promote that and personalize that to advertise and promote any other business. We get actually 2 of these. One is a personalized mobile landing page, and the other one is already set up for your Impact 101, and you can literally switch from one to another. These 2 products alone are sold to other companies for $250 a year subscription, and you get 2 of these included for either $25 for 6 months or $40 for a year. That alone is worth just registering just for those 2 products alone, because they are unique to this company. I don't know any other company that provides you with a mobile landing page that is personalized to you as well. You also get your own personalized website, just like the pages that we're going to show you in a second, with all the information to be able to track your system every day, and everything is tracked. Donation grids, existing donation grids, and the history of your donation grids. There's help and support from a team of leaders, and the company provide all the support and effort, or all the support we need. This is what you don't get with a lot of companies, and I can tell you the support in this company is phenomenal. I've never seen any company provide the help and support that this company gives us. This system is designed for success. It's designed to get you the results you want and you deserve. It does take time and it does take work. Like anything, it doesn't happen by just sitting there and waiting for it to happen. It's designed to get everybody success if your reason for motivating yourself is strong enough. So this system is designed for success. All you've got to do is to reach out to people and ask them a simple question. I actually use this question during a conversation. I just drop into the conversation. I just say to people, listen, you might be able to help me. I'm looking for people that need or want more money right now. Do you know anybody? And then I shut up and wait. I do not say anything. That is the hardest thing, not to say anything. And if that person asks me, well, I might be interested, what is it? All I say is, give me your email address. I'm going to send you a video. And I ask them, when are they going to watch it? Now, if they said to me, I can't think of anybody right now, I just say, that's great. You know my number. Maybe if you come across anybody that needs or wants more money, ask them to give me a call. And I can tell you now, the fact that you haven't told them what you're doing, that's going to create curiosity. And I'll guarantee that that person will ask you, well, come on, tell me, what is it? And don't be tempted to say the name or it's crowdfunding. Just use the tools to do the talking for you. Send them the video, let the videos do the work. So all we do is share either a mobile landing page or our personalized company website link, and there are videos there that do the talking. And all we do is repeat this process over and over again with your contacts and teach them to do the same. That's it. That's all we do. It isn't complicated. The problem is people try to complicate it, and that's when I see people struggling because they do not keep it really simple. We have a full resource suite. As you can see now, the videos are in every language. We have the website now, as I said, in Spanish, French, Hindi, Russian, simple Chinese and traditional Chinese. And as more and more countries get more established, the site will be translated in every country language. So you have a back office that gives you all the information you need. It's all done for you automatically. You can track your existing open grids, your completed grids. You can see your donations to confirm, donations to be received, and a complete history of all those donations sent and the donations received. This is a complete system for anybody, no matter what their background or experience is. There are videos that taking you through each step of the way. I would use those videos. Here's one that's explaining the grid systems, but there's ones to show you how to register. There's one showing you how to set up your grids, how to make your first donation, and just taking you through each step of the system. There's a fully, as I said, configurable mobile landing page that you can adapt to any existing business that you currently do. And you can literally switch from one to the other. So if you're talking about your traditional business to somebody and you just want to send them information, they also have a virtual business card on there. So you don't need what we call traditional business cards anymore. Technology now provides everything you need, and this company provides everything you need to market your existing business, whatever that might be, and also your Impact 101 system. So get back to the person that invited you on the call and take massive action. Work as a team. All you need to do is to find your reason, your dream, your goal, your ambition, whatever that might be. That's the only thing that will motivate you. You know, I can sit here and try and motivate people, but in the end, nothing will motivate you unless your dream is big enough, your goal is big enough, or your ambition is big enough. Then all you need to do is learn the system, list, contact, show, and follow up. I spoke on a training this week about how you should either be doing this yourself or teach this to other people, and just work as a team. It's a team effort, and working as a team makes life much quicker, makes your system happen much quicker. So that's the end of the presentation. I'm going to go back to the call now, and if anybody has, so let me just open my camera. So I don't know if anybody has any questions, please just unmute yourself. You're quite welcome to ask any question you want. Don't be shy. The way I look at it is if you don't ask that question, that might be the one thing that's stopping you from having success, or might be the one thing that's stopping you in your mind from doing this. So don't be shy. If you've got any questions, please open up your mic and ask the question. I'm just going to talk about what I talked about at the weekend, which on the last slide there, it talks about there's only 4 things we actually do in this system. 1 is we list people. 2 is we contact those people. 3 is we show people a video. And 4, and this is the most important thing, we follow up. We just follow up to find out, did somebody even watch that video? And I just want to run through this because a lot of people don't do it. And I'm telling you this out of my experience. I learned a lot through multi-level marketing. That was my training for internet marketing, really. And the first thing they teach you or ask you to do is to go away and write a list. Now, ask yourself, if you're on this call today, have you ever really properly sat down and done a list of every person you've ever known in your life? Now, the reason why most people don't do this, you try this with anybody new you've introduced, because I've done it many a time. I get people to come to my office here at my home, and I'm going to spend time to work with them. So I want that person to, first of all, before I can help them, I need them to go away and do a list of everybody they've ever known in the world. I don't tell them what they're going to say to those people. I am testing them first to see if they'll even write a list. And I can tell you now, you try this, try it on people that you've just introduced. Ask them to write a list of everybody they've ever known in their life. And they'll come back with probably 25, maybe 40 names on that list. And I'll guarantee if you said to them, is this everybody you've ever known in your life? They'll say yes. And then ask them a question. Did you put your mum down? Did you put your dad down on that list? And I'll guarantee they didn't. And when you ask them why, they'll say, because my mum wouldn't be interested. You see, you didn't ask them to write a list of people they think would be interested or not. You asked them to write a list of everybody they've ever known. And that's the mistake, and that's the reason why most people don't ever do a list, because in their mind what they do is write a list of names of people they think are going to be interested. And often it's the people that you don't put on that list that are often interested and get started. And I can tell you I've learned that so many times. So the first rule is do a list of everybody you've ever known in your life. And I mean your family first of all. And you don't even stop writing the list of your family until you've exhausted and you've thought of every member of your family. And I'm talking about your mum, your dad, your aunts, your cousins, your nieces, your nephews. And when you've done that, then ask yourself this question. Go and ask your mum, is there anybody that you've missed off your list that's related to you? Long distance cousins, all that sort of thing. Just names of people, that's all you do. Then you go to, as an example, you can do with organizations. How many organizations have you been with? You might belong to a church, you might belong to a football club. You write down every name of every person you've either ever met or you can remember in that organization. Now, the reason why most people don't do a proper list is because they think that you're going to sell something to your friends. And it is actually the last thing you're going to do. Because all you're going to do is you're going to phone people up and ask them a simple question like, Mum, can you help me? I've started a new business, if you want, or a new system. And I'm just wondering, do you know anybody that needs or wants more money right now? Now, if your mum is not interested or doesn't need or want more money, I'm sure she knows a friend or a friend of a friend that's got a son or daughter that's just out of work, or somebody that hates their job, or somebody that needs some money to expand a business. If you just phone people up and ask them, can you help me? Do you know anybody? You don't ask them direct, you're never ever going to get a no. And it's the no's that people don't like. People hate rejection. And if you ask somebody directly, if I said to Mel, are you interested in earning some money right now? And she said to me, no, where do I go from there? But if I said, Mel, can you help me? I'm looking for people that need or want more money. I didn't ask Mel directly. I asked, does she know anybody? It's a roundabout way of finding out, is Mel interested right now in receiving or wanting more money? And if she is, she's going to say, well, I might be interested. What is it? That's what I'm looking for. But if she doesn't, all I say is, great, that's fine. Do you know anybody else? And if you can't think of anybody right now, if you think of anybody in the future, ask them to give me a call. That's it. It's literally that. And I'll guarantee even then they will ask you, well, what is it? Because you haven't told them. So create curiosity. And then, as I said, you need to contact those people, ask them the question. If they ask for information or they ask, what is it? Then all you do is send them a video to go and watch. And then before you send that video, you need to ask them, when are they going to watch it? I'll give you an example. Colin isn't on the call tonight, but when I asked Colin Simmons, will you watch a video? He said, yes, he will. And I said, when are you going to watch it? He said, I'll do it. I'll watch it now. And he literally, within 15 minutes, had watched that video. And literally about 15 minutes later, he'd registered. Then he said to me, I said, how quickly do you want to move, Colin? And he said, could you do a webinar in an hour or so? And I said, yeah. Now, he said he was going to come on with 2 people. He actually came on with 10 people. And I can tell you that same evening, by 8 o'clock the evening, he had $750 in his bank account, literally because he took massive action. And that's what you want to be doing with any brand new person that you introduce. Get them moving quickly, as fast as possible, because that will give them a result. And it's the result that will give them the motivation and confidence to keep asking more and more people. So I hope that helps. The follow-up is the most important. And I just want to give you some advice. If you follow up, in other words, you phoning somebody who you've sent the video to, and they turn around to you and they say, I haven't had time, or they come up with some other feeble excuse, then you just say, listen, I haven't got time to chase you. If you're serious, if you said, like you said to me, you want to receive or earn more money, watch that video and you call me. You see, I'm not going to go and chase them next week, next day to say, did you watch the video? No, I haven't got time. They are either serious and they want to change their situation, or they're not. And that's what I'm trying to find out. I'm testing people. I test people. One, will they even watch that video? If they have, then I'll take them to the next step. I'm getting people to jump hurdles. And I just want to go back to the list as well. I never ever stop adding to that list. Every day I'm meeting brand new people. Now, I do have business cards, but I also now use my virtual business card on my mobile landing page. But just imagine this. Imagine if you're going to pay for petrol. You know that person serving you in the petrol station is on a minimum wage. Often they're doing 2 or 3 jobs just to make ends meet. This is what I do. When I'm paying for my petrol, I just look behind me to see if there's anybody coming in. And if there isn't, I just start a conversation with that person. I just say, listen, you know, if I'm in a garage in London, as an example, I'll just say, listen, I'm not from around this area, but I wonder whether you might be able to help me. I'm looking for people that need or want more money around this area. Do you know anybody? And wait. Now, if that person says to me, well, I might be interested, what is it? I literally just hand them a business card and say, I haven't got time right now, you're in work, maybe give me a call. Now, lots of people don't call, which would have been a total waste of time, you explaining it anyway. And when they call, you do not begin to explain it to them. Same thing. Let's say I spoke to somebody in a garage or a restaurant or wherever I met them, and they did call me. And probably they're going to call you, and this is what they say. Do you remember we met and you gave me your card, and I'm just calling to find out what this business is about? And I just say yes. And I then say, they think I'm going to start explaining it. No, I don't. I literally say, look, the best thing is give me your email address. I'm going to send you a couple of videos. Can I ask you, when are you going to watch those videos? And I will call them back exactly the same as if I'd just spoken to somebody the day they said they would watch that video. Now, so the first hurdle I'm getting people to do is to call me. If they don't call me, it would have been a total waste of time, me trying to explain everything to them. When they call me, they've just jumped over the first hurdle. Now I'm going to send them a video. I'm going to see if they jump over the next hurdle. The next hurdle is, will they even watch that video? If they don't, I'm going to take it away from them. I'm just going to tell them it's what's called posture. You tell them that you're not chasing them. I haven't got time to chase people. If you're serious, you said to me you needed and wanted to receive more money, then when you've got time, you watch that video and you call me. That's exactly what I do. And that's what I would advise everybody. You can adapt that script in any way you want. It doesn't matter as long as you are not trying to explain it to people. The only time you start explaining it to people is when they've watched that video and then you ask them a question. Do you want to know more? Now that is the point where, and this is what I would advise, use your sponsor to answer any questions for the person that you have just sent the video to, because there's a saying, a stranger is an expert, especially people you know. So if you are listening today and you are speaking to people, that's fine, send them the video, follow it up, but as soon as they say they want to know more, ask them if they'll take a call from your sponsor. Hope that helps. I don't know whether anybody has any questions. If you want to unmute yourself, fire away. Is there anything anybody struggles with? I don't know whether there's any questions in here. I definitely agree with this. I like this. Who's that from? Says iPhone. I'm not sure who that is, but anyway, thank you. You're welcome. So I hope that helps. Just so you know, I'm cancelling the Tuesday call. I'm continuing with the Sunday call, and the reason is I think a lot of people are using the recorded videos, but I'm going to spend my time working or helping the people that I have personally introduced and people they introduce. So if you are one of those people, I was on a call this morning to a team that we've got in Australia and New Zealand, and I am now going to be doing calls with their team. So if you have anybody that you have shown that video to, you want me to do a call, a one-on-one call with them, a Zoom call, or a Zoom call with a group of people, take advantage of it, because that's where I'm going to be spending every day doing. So hope that helps. Anybody, put it this way, I say to the people I introduce, if I don't hear from you, either I think you are fine or you don't need me. If you call me, you're only going to call me because you want help, and that's when I will take action. So you take one step, you make that call, and I will take 2 steps. So take advantage. I'm going to be spending every day now speaking and helping my team on their team, the people that want this. This call will carry on every Sunday without fail. So thanks very much for listening. And if you want to unmute yourself, you're quite welcome. But otherwise, I'm going to thank you for attending tonight, and hopefully hear you on the Wednesday night company update call. Last chance.
Thank you, Duncan.
You're welcome, Mel. Okay.
Thank you, Duncan. Brilliant call.
Good. Thanks a lot, everybody. Good night now.
Good night.
Thank you, Duncan.